All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. We are back now at CTWC 2025. I am the King's Man. Let's give a round of applause one last time for all of our players that have qualified today. Tremendous job by all of you. Congratulations on the great feat you have had today. I'd like to invite you all now, as we're about to begin our next part of the program. It's a very special part that we're going to have dedicated to a wonderful individual. Last year we had the honor of being part of something special where a documentary crew from the great Legendary Films is here to document a young man and his journey in classic Tetris, and one of the greatest achievements occurred. And along that way, we've all grown as a larger community because of it. And I'm proud to present a great friend of mine and an individual that helped grow this community for many years and helped to document this and get it going into that direction. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to present to you Mr. David McDonald, AGameScout.
Hello, everybody. So, it is time. It is my honor to introduce something that has been in the works for over a year now. Legendary Entertainment has put together a documentary called Blue Scuti, TETRIS CRASHER, which is about not just our very own Willis Gibson, it is about all of you, the community, everybody who comes together and makes this happen every year and is the reason why we all gather here. So we have, for the first time, an ability to actually look at the film. The trailer just dropped on IGN today, and let's take a look.
Anniversary of Tetris.
People always think of Tetris as this eternal game that can't be beaten.
We've actually gotten really close where we could, in a way, beat the game.
I heard there was a person who was on an insanely good run. That was Willis Gibson. That was Blue Scuti.
Every tournament we go to is practice for Pasadena.
Is it Tetris or Blue Scuti?
This is the craziest showdown that we've ever had.
These guys are ridiculous.
3, 2.
Wait, my CRT isn't on.
Oh, we need to get people out.
The game's code starts breaking at a certain point.
The colors start to glitch out.
You start to overload it.
Please crash.
And eventually, it just breaks.
In a developing story tonight, a Stillwater teen is the first person to beat Tetris.
Humans win!
Suddenly, he becomes the most famous Tetris player of all time.
When we came back,
Willis's father was diagnosed with a severe heart condition.
Before she even told me, I knew.
It's hard to talk about that. Like, I can't.
Tetris is a metaphor for being alive. The one thing that we all know is that you won't always be.
You don't know the pieces you're going to get. Tetris, it's very therapeutic for some people.
This is the most supportive family I have seen. They're all there cheering him on.
This community just called him in. It's just amazing what he's gone through.
One day, you will get that piece you need. You will find that success.
Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to?
My family and my dad.
You know what Blue Scuti is in real life? It's a giant star.
So now, it is my honor to hear from the executive producer of the film, BJ Levin.
What's up? Hey, everybody. I'm BJ Levin. I'm an executive at Legendary, an executive producer of Blue Scuti, TETRIS CRASHER. Really excited to be here with you where the movie was made in this room. I'm excited to be here with Willis Gibson, AKA Blue Scuti. We are so excited to let you guys be the first to see this. And just a couple quick thanks. Thanks to Tetris Corp, Alexi, Hank, Maya, Jamie, the whole team over there, and all the Willis family. Karen, where's Karen? Hi, Karen and family. So the film is really a love letter to the CTWC community, and for the dedication and passion for all you guys for being here. And it's been an honor to be alongside Willis, AKA Blue Scuti. Let's give it up for Willis. I'm gonna pass it over to him.
I want to thank the CTWC, the Tetris community as a whole. None of this would have been possible without this. I would have never even gotten into Tetris in the first place. So I just want to say thank you guys, and it's been an honor.
Thanks, Willis. So we have a never-before-seen exclusive clip from the movie. I know you just saw the trailer, but we're going to be able to show you guys an exclusive clip of the film right now, right here. Let's go. Can't wait for you guys to see the movie. Thank you.
Players up top are in trouble. Scuti is set up for a dirty Tetris. Doesn't get the long bar. Nice skim. Gets the Tetris ready in the center again. And that is dirty Tetris over there for Scuti. Set up for a Tetris root bar. Great down stacking effort. That's going to be a beautiful double. Scuti's just going to bring the stack down to the bottom. 947 transition to 29. 991 transition to 29 for Fractal. All players are on level 29. There it is! Tetris over there for Fractal. They get an eyepiece over now. That deficit is 9. Oh my gosh, the Tetris for him, and that is the very moment. And Dog clutches out game number 2. Wow, no way he goes for that dirty control. Let's see. There he is. He tops at 1,018,000. Blue Scuti is good for game number 1. Alex T over here, Flex T.
So now we're going to get to hear from some of the stars of the film. First, of course, we have Willis Gibson, aka Blue Scuti. We have Michael Buster, aka Sharky. And we have Justin Yu, aka Fractal.
I think
All right, are we ready?
I guess so.
Okay. So, we're going to do a little talk and chat while we're all playing Tetris. So, we're all very experienced with being on camera because we get filmed every year at this event. There's always a camera on you while you're playing. But the experience of making a documentary is pretty different. Sometimes you'll have a camera on you in times where you wouldn't normally be having a camera on you. So, I guess we'll start with you, Willis. What was it like when the documentary first started being filmed? When did it start?
It started at the Phoenix Regional in late March of last year.
So what is it like having a documentary made about you?
It's definitely something I never thought would happen. And I mean, it's been really cool to see, I mean, the process of making one from behind the scenes, and it's been
Was there anything unexpected? So we've all grown up seeing movies, seeing stuff, seeing TV shows being made, but to be in it itself, was there anything that surprised you about the process?
Definitely.
Well, I can say one thing I remember from our very first, because I was there in Phoenix, and it's very important to get takes of everything. I remember when you brought out your controller, we were like, wait, pause. We got to get a nice cinematic shot of this. And
Yeah.
it's something that you normally never think about, just taking out your controller, having breakfast, walking down the street in Paris. A lot of stuff that normally you just go about your daily life, but it becomes part of a movie.
Yeah, it was definitely weird how, the amount of things that were recorded just back to back to back to back, and things that I don't think about at all that were recorded. So.
Yeah, so I guess we can also go over to you, Fractal, since you were the one that was the person behind the push for the achievement that led to all of this. So what interested you about the game crash? What is the lore about finding out that that was even possible?
I'm in a pretty unique perspective with this because the part that fascinated me was a lot of the research behind it, the technical aspect of the puzzle that we were given. Because, so to bore everybody with details, one of the first documents that anybody who wants to understand the code of Tetris reads is from this guy named Meat Fighter. All right, and he talks, yeah, shout out to Meat Fighter. Shout out 01. And he talks about the game crash there. It was discovered as early as 2013, and people had even discovered it before then, but he just mentioned it as something that, oh, this happens, and I kind of hacked my way around it, which didn't ever seem like that satisfying a solution. So it really gave the game crash this aura of mystique, in a sense. But eventually we grew this community, and I think it was really because players started getting really good with rolling that we decided to revisit our knowledge of what happened in levels that no human should have ever been able to reach. And in doing so, we found that the game crash could be understood and then controlled. And that was why, like, how we were able to come to this realization that, like, a single at level 155, when the line counts is exactly this much, is able to, like, crash the game with exactly this percentage. I thought that's fascinating. So yeah, that's what drew me to it. And then the idea of, like, becoming the person to, like, achieve this thing that was theoretical is something I imagine many of us can relate to.
Right, because you had your own spot in history. You were the first person to reach the glitched colors. We're all so used to these same 10 color palettes, and you were the first person to see all of them in a game performed by a human. What is your favorite glitched color level?
Favorite glitch? Oh, that's a great question. Not that one, not that one, not that one. I actually really like what has been dubbed by Greg Cannon as Squid, and this is actually the level that you play on right before the game crash. I think it's a very nice palette, and the one afterwards has been dubbed Lime Factory or something, which is also nice because that one looks like it could be part of the action game.
So Scuti, when you saw that Fractal was going for Game Crash, what did the achievement mean to you at the time before it became the biggest achievement we all know today? What inspired you to go for it?
Originally, the thing that made me make the push for it was I was playing on PBTV, and I had an insane run, and it made it to the glitched colors, and it was a world record at the time. It finally surpassed Eric's 6.4. And it was like a 6.6, and I was only 18 lines away from where the game crash was. And so once I saw that, I saw that Fractal was going for it, and I figured I'll tag along. I figured I wouldn't make it first, since I knew Fractal was better than me, but I thought it'd be way more interesting as a race than just like one person going after it.
Yeah. So let's go over to Sharky. So Sharky, you are actually a significant part of this doc. We really get to see sort of what it looks like from your perspective when you're commentating games online and games in person, which we've all come to know from you. But there's something else special about you. Hundreds of journalists reached out to Blue Scuti to talk to him about his game crash after it happened, the boy who beat Tetris. But the very first journalist to interview him on camera about it was you, when you put together the video for the Classic Tetris YouTube channel. So what was that process like of after Willis achieves this Game Crash, and you know it's a huge achievement. You know you're putting together something for classic Tetris. What were you thinking about that time, and what did you want to ask him about it, and what did the achievement mean to you?
I think the achievement, it kind of presented itself as like just something that was a culmination of not just Willis's work, but then work as the community, because everyone has a part into the community, and that includes the role that I played, because all the time that I spent commentating matches and helping with CTWC production, it does its part in growing the community, and I'm glad that I can play a role in bringing people into the community through my commentary, through the videos that I create. And so when I wanted to interview Blue Scuti, I wanted to kind of help share that story, kind of bring the achievement to more people, to help them realize like, hey, this is something amazing and everyone should definitely take a look at it. Then I think that was also the first time that I tried interviewing someone in that fashion. So it was a new experience for me. But I think overall, it was something that was enlightening.
So Scuti, after getting interviewed by Sharky, that was kind of the first interview you had for a while about it. It took a few weeks for the news media to pick up on it. What was that process like in the first day or two? When you first started, there was a trickle, and then it turned into a flood.
I think I noticed the interviews starting to come in by just gaming articles, gaming websites, and at first they weren't even interviews, they were just articles about me, and then after a while it turned to interviews, and I think at first, like on January 2nd or January 1st, we got a few, and then the next day was probably the most interviews. It was probably, I just remember, my mom was getting a call probably every 30 minutes about it. So, well, let me see, hold on.
Yeah, oh man, still a max out. But yeah, oh my goodness. It is crazy when a news story goes viral and suddenly every journalist is reaching out to you from all over the place. So, Fractal, let's go back to you. So this is coming right
why would you do that?
Oh, something happened.
Okay, sorry. Go.
We're gonna save the game using Fractal's patented grip he has that I saw him debut at Jonas Cup. So you were the reigning world champion when this happened.
Yes.
And it was something that you had been pushing for a long time, and you had finally achieved it. And with the role of world champion comes a position in the community where people are looking towards you as something to go for, and Scuti looked at your achievement you were going for and decided to go for it too. What have you felt like has been the best part about the role of being a reigning champion?
The role of being champion, I felt less bad about arguing with people about Tetris because I figured that I was right. But actually, I don't know. There is a bit of responsibility. I think one of the parts is that people did seem to genuinely think I was deserving of it. So that was very validating for me because it is always like a struggle of like there's always a question of like how much do you have to give for like something to be considered, let's say, legitimate. And I think there are other avenues to like getting the acceptance that I wanted, but like winning the thing that everybody watches is nice for that in a sense. I think a lot of people started playing Floor 6 because of me, so that's another big thing. Yes! Oh, I'm so good.
Nice.
So Sharky, we'll end things with you. So what would you say is the reason you would want people to see this documentary? What would you hope they get from it?
I think that the biggest thing that I would want them to get from the documentary is that you can really look at life as like a game of Tetris. You don't know what pieces you'll get, and sometimes the pieces you get might not be great, but as long as you're able to adapt, you're able to do your best with what you're given, one day you'll get that perfect piece. And at the end of the day, you'll realize that all those droughts, all those bad moments, all those mistakes you made, it's all worth it when the reward comes at the end.
So the film will be premiering next week at the Tribeca Film Festival next Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday in New York. So we hope as many of you that are in the area can make it. We hope to see you there. Many people will be there, including many of the stars of the film. But we hope you'll all get to see it someday because many of the stars of the film are all of you. So thank you again.